The new thing, they said this is nothing but a vicious lie. This is a lie against God, this message. It's an evil religion. I'm using the terms borrowed from Christian talk radio. Islam is an evil religion. It's from the devil. It's ifk. Iftarahu, he made it up. وَأَعَانَهُ عَلَيْهِ قَوْمٌ آخَرُونَ. And another group of people help him. They tutor him on the side. Al-aun, huge help. In other words, he's got a lot of help when he comes up with this Qur'an. He didn't come up with this on his own. Well, at least they admitted it's not from him. I say when they say that, at least they admitted it can't be him. There's some other power behind it. Now, so there's already a leap of faith. Who are these people? We don't know. When does he do it? He's always preaching. I don't know when he does it. But there is someone else. Somebody else is giving him this. فَقَدْ جَاءُوا ظُلْمًا. Then they have committed. جَاءَ is used in the meaning of committing, or فَعَلَ when it's a huge crime. They have committed a hugely, grossly wrong crime. وَزُورًا, to speak against the truth. They have come up with a new form of propaganda. Zura would be, in modern terms, would be propaganda. Zawara, to turn away from the right path. قَالُوا أَسَاطِيرُ الْأَوَّلِينَ. Then they said, oh no, this is just stories of old times. Why are you impressed with these stories? Don't listen to that stuff. It has nothing for you. اِكْتَتَبَهَا. He has it written down. He gets somebody to write it down for him. To write all those stories down. فَهِيَ تُمْلَى عَلَيْهِ. And it's dictated onto him. بُكْرَةً وَأَصِيلًا. Morning and night. All he does is get these stories dictated to him. He gets them written down, and then he comes and memorizes, and he comes and shares them with us. Actually, the whole written down thing, he doesn't get it written down, it is written down by Allah, and it is dictated onto him by who? The angel Jibreel, and he delivers it. So they're already taking some leap of faith. Just mix a little bit of falsehood, قُلْ أَنزَلَهُ الَّذِي يَعْلَمُ السِّرَّ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. Tell them the one who knows the secret of the skies and the earth. All secrets is implied in a sir. The ultimate secret in the skies and the earth is the one who sent it. إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفُورًا رَحِيمًا. No doubt he has always been extremely forgiving, always merciful. In other words, you guys haven't taken this message seriously all this time, and he hasn't destroyed you. This is his mercy. He knows the secrets to the skies and the earth, and he's sharing some of those secrets with you. The secret to living a happy life. The secret of what comes after this world comes to an end. And you haven't appreciated it, but he still hasn't annihilated you people. وَقَالُوا مَا لِهَذَا الرَّسُولِ. And then they came up with a new one. What's wrong with this messenger? He's a messenger? يَأْكُلُ الطَّعَامِ. He eats food just like we do. I saw him eating lunch the other day. How could he be a messenger? وَيَمْشِي فِي الْأَسْوَاقِ. Oh my God, some messenger. I watched him go shopping. The other day he was just in the market. He goes, this is a messenger? Really? That's what messengers do? Go shopping? This kind of talk. And when they talk like this? You're a messenger? You just went shopping, brother. Okay? We cut to commercial. Why? They say such obnoxious things that you don't even know where to respond to this kind of ignorance. You don't even know where to respond. They say the most idiotic things. And this can actually, people that have, low levels of intellect, love this kind of talk. And they're swayed by it. He got him good. You speak the truth, brother. Tell him like it is. And they won't give the other a chance to speak. And actually the other shouldn't speak. We'll learn that at the end of this surah. You know how beginnings and endings of surahs tie to each other? We're going to learn at the end, وَإِذَا خَاطَبَهُمُ الْجَاهِلُونَ قَالُوا سَلَامًا. When the ignorant address them, they just say peace. So okay, you can continue your barking. Clearly you don't have a mind that's functioning properly, so there's no there's no point trying to reason with you. There's no reason to waste my energy and yours. So we have to know when not to engage. We just have to know when not to engage. وَقَالُوا مَا لِهَذَا الرَّسُولِ يَأْكُلُ الطَّعَامَ وَيَمْشِي فِي الْأَسْوَاقِ لَوْلَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْهِ مَلَكٌ فَيَكُونُ مَعَهُ نَذِيرًا. How come the angel that comes to him with this book, how come he doesn't just keep hanging out with him so we can see him too, and he can warn alongside him? So he can go walking around with the angel himself. How come we don't get to see? Oh, you get to see the angel? You that just went shopping and lunch? And we don't get to see it? What's so special about you? أَوْ يُلْقَى إِلَيْهِ كَنْزٌ. And if you are so special and this angel comes to you with this great treasure from the sky, how about some treasures from the earth? How come no treasure is thrown onto him? If you're saying this came from the sky, well, there are lots of treasures in the sky. I'm sure God has more. How come no gold, no silver, no platinum is coming down from the sky for you? أَوْ تَكُونُ لَهُ جَنَّةٌ, or gardens just sprout out for him in the middle of the desert. يَأْكُلُ مِنْهَا, that he could eat from. How come no divine food comes for him? وَقَالَ الظَّالِمُونَ إِن تَتَّبِعُونَ إِلَّا رَجُلًا مَسْحُورًا. And these wrongdoers end up saying, they end with the speech, you people are following nothing but somebody who's possessed by magic. You people are following someone who himself is a victim. Mashhur, someone who's taken in by magic, back in the days, someone who's lost his mind. You're following somebody who's schizophrenic. You're following somebody who's psychotic. He's not in his right mind anymore. Somebody's done a number on him. He's traumatized. These psychological terms that we use today would be the old words, majnoon or mashhur. These would be the terms back then. انظر كيف ضربوا لك الأمثال. Tell them, or watch rather. Well, take a look, observe how they give examples for you, how they try to come up with, maybe this is the case with him. And amthal I would try to present here, in my translation at least, Allahu A'lam, as case studies. Observe what kind of case studies they produce to figure out what you are, who you are. And today in Islamic studies in the West, there are theses written about the Prophet ﷺ and his motivations. There are papers written on how he might have been schizophrenic and that's why he came up with the Qur'an, or how he was an incredible plagiarizer, or how he was this or that. The same exact things. It's just modern academic paper forms of the same things that were said way back when. Come up with something original, guys. At least one author came up with something original. I think it was Montgomery Watt, I think. He came up with something original. His accusation against the Prophet was he never existed. The whole thing is an Arabic folktale. And his own peers to this day laugh at that. But it was popular at his time. كَيْفَ ضَرَبُوا لَكَ الْأَمْثَالِ فَضَلُّوا. They are so far lost. They are lost. فَلَا يَسْتَطِيعُونَ سَبِيلًا. They're not capable of finding a way back to the truth anymore. They are so bent upon coming up with some kind of thesis that can prove you wrong, some explanation for this Qur'an other than the actual explanation, that they are no longer capable of actually considering the proper. And I've talked about this before in different talks, I'll repeat myself, telling you that in academia, for example, they say you have to come to academics with an open mind. And you have to consider all the possibilities, right? So, was the Prophet, for example, was this man when he spoke this Qur'an, they'll say when he wrote the Quran, or when he made the Quran, and they start, and I was like, I don't accept that. Because a professor came to me one time. I was like, so Muhammad, when he wrote the Quran, what was motivating him? I was like, I don't accept the premise of the question. He didn't write the Quran. He didn't know how to write. And even if he spoke the Quran, it wasn't his. He delivered it. That's how we say that. Oh, but you have a faith bias, he says. You have a faith bias. I said, okay. Well, you have a kufr bias. We both have a bias. You want to say that he's schizophrenic, he's plagiarizing it from Jews and Christians, he took stories from the Greeks, he came up with it on his own, etc., 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 or he never existed. You want to consider all these possibilities. Did you ever consider the possibility that he is the messenger of God? Is that in your open-minded list of possibilities? No, we don't. No, faith is not open-minded enough for us. Faith is closed-minded. Okay, I don't think that's open-minded anymore. You go in with the premise that faith is not an option. Iman is not an option. The ghaib is not an option. We can only judge things from the seen. We can never say there's anything that exists in the unseen. If we can't see it, we can't talk about it. It's not reliable. If you go in with that premise, of course you're going to come out with a messed up iman. Our students go, Muslim kids go, they study at these schools. They study Middle Eastern studies, Islamic studies. And they come out all messed up. Why? Because they begin with the premise there's no such thing as the unseen. Why are you worried about the unseen? You haven't even seen it. Yeah, why are you so worried about it? Worry about what's in front of you. It's materialism taught as a philosophy. Only believe in what you can see as a material reality. Don't worry about anything else. Everything else is invalid. This is actually a departure from all traditional societies, including Islamic, but other traditional philosophies and societies in the world. Postmodern, post-industrial society, post-industrial planet Earth, is different from all times before it. The highest levels of knowledge in every society was some kind of belief in the unseen. Even philosophers like, Buddha will say things like, there's no greater reality than that which can't be seen. They believed in an unseen. They believed in some form of a God. Yes, it had shirk in it or something, but there was always something there. There is something more. There's something more to the human being. There is a soul. There's not just this body. There is something else, And this idea was eliminated. Why? Because believing in the unseen doesn't make you money, it doesn't build factories. It doesn't build roads. You have to study science to build roads. We don't deny science, but the shift was, when you talked about the unseen, Europeans, when they talked about the unseen, when they talked about religion, they denied science. So the Western world developed an allergic reaction to religion itself. What's the point of studying religion? It took us so far back. It was the Dark Ages. We need light now. We need science. Science is reliable.